Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit the like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Salute to Drew Nation, the Galactic Family, and the GCVs. Let's talk about it. Narcissists don't care about what narcissists don't care about anybody. So don't think your no contact is hurting them. They can act hurt, but its purpose is for you to heal. That no contact, it's all about you. You can't go into that thinking that the other person is going to feel some type of way about it. And not saying that you're doing it to hurt someone. And if that's your intention, I understand. But for you to grow, you're going to want to let that go too. You're not going to want to do it for those reasons, because that could potentially lead to you getting back with that person or going back to those specific people, or thinking that you don't need to break the no contact. All right. So if they could change their mood, they could come at you differently. If you do it to purposely hurt them, then that's a sign to you that you're still involved, and you want to be able to break that off all the way as long as you need to, so that way you can live a life that's conducive to what you need to get done, to what you need to do for yourself, because these situations will hold you back, and they'll take time from you, and that's not what you want. So you don't want to give time up to someone that you think is hurting over you just because you distance yourself from them. They could honestly care less. Just because you distance yourself from someone, just because you stop talking to them, it doesn't mean they're going to feel like you would if they stop talking to you. I guarantee you, if they're that petty to do that in the first place, to do a stonewall or a silent treatment, they probably don't feel anything. So it's better off you not taking people serious that portray certain signs and certain behaviors. That's why it's good to watch videos like this and study up on these kinds of people, so you could see the red flags ahead of time and end what could be a toxic relationship before it starts, or end a toxic relationship before it ends you. You have to really drive it home that they don't care about anybody like you do. There are people who care about other people, people who care about others' interests, people who have other people's interests at heart, people who want to see people do their best and want to do the best for others. And then there are people who are just cold-hearted, who appear to be empathetic and care about others, but in all actuality, they really don't. It's a front, and people will put a front up just so you'll stick around. And it's like they laugh at you and they talk about you behind your back, because they don't know when you're gonna wake up to the act that they're putting on, and they try to deflect it onto you and say that you're the one that's not real, and you're the one putting on an act, but you're not. You're the one that's too real for TV, and it's causing them to act to is causing them to react to you the way that they do. All right, it's causing them to treat you in a way that makes you want to go away. All right, and once people treat you in a way that makes you want to go away, you have to pay attention to those signs that your body is giving off. Or you have to pay attention to the feelings that you get, the stress response. All right, the way your body's responding to things, like, wait, why do I feel this way around this person? That's your body trying to let you know not to go back around people like that. All right. So yeah, you have to look out for you, because you can't expect other people to look out for you the way you would. Nobody's going to look out for you the way you would look out for you. So don't focus on whether they're hurt or not. No contact is about you healing. It's about you going through the loss of whatever you're dealing with, the loss of whatever is not going to be normal. All right. You had an idea of something. You had a false reality, a false idea of how you thought something was, but that's not the way that thing is. All right. You thought somebody was going to be a certain way. You have a certain idea, a certain memory of how you thought something was. But when you look back, you see that's not the way it was. That's not the way it went. You had a false reality of that. All right. People played you, people betrayed you, people deceived you, they did you wrong. And that's why you separated yourself. You're not worried about somebody hurting as a result of that. And that's a freeing thing for yourself. And that's something that will also help you let go of the guilt. All right. Because when you're not doing this to hurt the other person, you're letting go of all the negative energy attached to it. So instead of holding on to the resentment, because when you try to hurt someone, you're holding on to resentment. When you're focused on whether somebody is hurting or not, you're focusing on guilt. All right, you feel guilty because they could possibly be hurting. You have taken a league of absence. All right, you have separated yourself. You separated yourself to elevate yourself. All right, and you realize that you haven't been around these people for some time. That could get to you. That could draw certain feelings out of you. That could draw certain memories out of you. All right, that could make you think that you're being a bad person, but you're not being a bad person. You're putting yourself first, and that's a quality that all great people possess. You have to you have to put yourself first, and you're going to have to pick up certain narcissistic qualities as a defense mechanism against the narcissist. You're not doing anything to harm them. You're not competing with them. You're not out to get them. You're not causing them any bad health, but you're just mirroring their energy. You're reciprocating their energy, the energy that these individuals give you. That's what you're giving them. You're basically not giving too much because you know there's not going to be anything given back as a result of you dealing with these people. They don't have anything to offer. All right. So they're not going to care. You're out of their life. They recognize that you're not there. They recognize the absence, but they don't care like you think. If they cared about you not being there, they wouldn't have done things to push you away from them. And it's only so many times you can get pushed away from someone until you just say, you know what? Fine. You got it. Here's some space. You keep pushing me away. I'm going to give you all the space you need as far as I feel I need to be from since you're going to push me away and you're going to act like you're not doing that. I'm just going to stay over here where things are, I'm going to live in reality. And that's the one thing that narcissists do not do. They do not live in reality, but they will gaslight you into thinking that you don't because you have a dream or you have a goal or you have a better vision of yourself than what they have for you. And this is how you know that they're not hurting. And this is for the people who are feeling guilty. All right, I know there are some people that are feeling guilty right now behind this no contact. You're not doing this just to do it. You're not doing it for a vain purpose. You're not doing it to hurt anyone. You don't your intentions are pure. Your goal was to never hurt anyone. But because you care, you have the idea of somebody that actually cares about you. And you can't expect people who don't care about themselves to care about you. You can't expect somebody that will put you down, somebody that will make you question your reality, people that will hurt you and act like that's not what they're doing. You can't expect those people to care. All right. People aren't going to care like you care. They're going to act like they do, and they're going to try to convince you that they do, but they don't. And you have to accept that, and you have to heal from there. And that's why it's good to go through a period of being alone. It's good to go through a period of being alone because it's going to teach you a lot about yourself. It's going to teach you what you went through, and you're going to realize why you shouldn't put up with it because you're going to have the time to process it. And that's why being alone is important. It gives you time to process certain things that happen to you in life so you could prevent them in the future. So instead of feeling guilty because you're doing the right thing for yourself, something that you've been condemned for, something that you've been put down for, you've been put down for making decisions, you've been put down for trying new things, you've been put down for believing in yourself, thinking that you can accomplish certain things. So you have to deal with whatever you're dealing with, and you have to take this hurt on the chin. You got to accept the fact that you thought someone was a way that they're not. You believe this person to be who you thought they were, but they weren't. You believed in a false reality of a certain individual. You hold yourself to a certain standard, and you're holding everybody else to that same standard. If you do that, you're going to get hurt because your loyalty is going to be betrayed. People are going to betray you, and your loyalty, your trust, all that is going to be betrayed. You can't be out here thinking that everybody is like you, no matter who they are. I know you care about people. I know you have people's best interest at heart. And I know you want to be the best person that you can to the people that you interact with and the people that you meet. But not everybody has the same intentions. Some people could care less. I know I say I don't care about other people, but it's in the terms of people trying to steal attention from me. Like, I don't care what you have going on. God bless you that you're doing something. That's amazing. That's wonderful. You have a life. I have a life too. I just choose to focus on myself and what I'm doing in this particular time. And I'm not just going to freely give my attention to you, somebody that I don't know, for just no reason at all. That's weird. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. No one does that. They don't do it themselves. It's just they catch themselves doing it because they're fascinated and obsessed with you. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion for a whole nother video. You can't worry about people who are hurting when they hurt you and they didn't care about you when you were hurting. It's all about them. You have to realize that people who have personality disorders and certain conditions of the mind that need to be fixed, you have to defy, and you have to betray. You have to go against them. You have to not do what they say, because it's never going to be beneficial to you. It's always going to be something that will feed their ego, and it will always lead up to the idea that they have about you instead of the idea that you have about yourself. That's why some people are so adamantly trying to help you, help you, help you, help you, help you. It's because they want you to be stuck in the reality of the life that they see for you, instead of you trying to create something for yourself and build something for yourself. It's like people will go through what it takes to make something, but they don't want you to do it. It's like they want to hold your hand the whole entire way. They want to baby you the whole entire way. So that way you won't never have the experience of having to do something yourself. You won't ever have the experience of creating something yourself, or the manifesting, right? And that's what we are. We manifest. We're not worried. We're not particularly concerned about losing. Things are going to work out when they work out. We know we can get things. Other people have things, and we just know that's how things work. If somebody else has something, we can get it too. And we're not going to let anything make us think that we can't, because that's crazy. It's like somebody walking around it's like no water in the village. Somebody walks 10 miles and go gets a bucket of water. And because there's no water in the village, and you all, not saying you watching this video, but the people in the village don't want to go get the water, they're convincing themselves and lying to themselves and saying that there's no water. when all they have to do is get up and go walk 10 miles and go get their water, just like that other person did. She didn't have any water. She said, you know what? I'm going to get me some damn water. I'm not playing. He didn't have any water. He said, you know what? I'm going to get me some water. I'm not playing. They went and got the water. How'd you get water? There's no water. They went out and believed that they would find some. God spoke to them and said, go out, seek, and ye shall find. Go out, and they trust their powers of their mind, which, whether they knew it or not, they were trusting the deeper powers of their subconscious mind, which will never leave you nor forsake you and will always be there for you and guide you to where you need to go. All right. It'll always guide you where you need to go. The powers of your subconscious mind are strong. This is why you can't go listening to people. Who are you listening to? You can't listen to everybody. Everybody doesn't have your best interest at heart. Some people want to see you do as good as they feel you should do. Not that they want you to fail, but they wouldn't want you to do better than them. So they'll put you right in the middle, right in the spot where they have you, where you make them feel safe and comfortable, and you don't do better than them, but you don't do worse, or you're not well off. So they can have the satisfaction in their mind of, I crippled him and didn't want him to be as successful. Well, nobody got the power to cripple us, but you get what I'm saying. Let's not say that. All right. Let's not say people cripple. Let's not take a defeatist mindset or a victim mindset. Let's not say they crippled us or anybody has the power to cripple us. But what people will do is they'll take satisfaction in you believing in what they say instead of you believing in yourself. So what people will do in a sense is they'll try to convince you to not believe in yourself and take a role underneath them and believing in them instead of believing in yourself. Like these people, you'll be around them, they won't even let you think. They'll just constantly just be in your ear. It's like they don't want you to have your own thought. They don't want you to think anything original. They don't want you to act out on anything that you want to do or you want to think. It's like they don't want you to be individually you. They want to control every aspect of your life because they have an unfulfilled need or some unfulfilled something that happened in their life to where they need to have this control over somebody else, but they don't control their own life. They don't do anything that makes them happy, but they want to stop you from being happy or having control over your life. But that's something that they don't have the power to do, and they can't do that. All right, they can't do that. You're an individual. You have control over your life. You have the power to make choices and decisions. You just have to realize that this happened. This was your conditioning, but you're breaking out of it. You're growing out of it. You're choosing not to depend on people whenever you can, and you're not going to allow people to try to treat you how they used to. You're not going to allow the same things to occur. You're like, wait a minute, this is a curse. I gotta cut this person off. This is a trap. I gotta cut this person off. This is disguise. This is a trap in disguise. All right, and people will keep you dependent on them. People will keep you needing them. People will keep you in a state to where you need their help and you don't believe in yourself. This is why it's good to not tell people your goals. People that have put you down were putting you down because they didn't want you to believe in yourself, so you would always believe in what they said over what you thought. That's why when you went to them, they put down your ideas because they didn't want you to use those ideas and act out on them, because that would separate you from them and take the power away from them that they have over your life. That's why they don't want you to be successful, because they want to keep you around them so they can control you and constantly have that leverage over you, because it makes them feel better about who they are, because they don't take the time to work on themselves, something that you do. That's why they're trying to stop you and steal your time. Time Bandits. All right, go watch that movie, Time Bandit. They don't care about you like you think they do. You care about them. You care about other people. All right. You put people before yourself. You put people first. And they may even do the same thing. But the thing is, they'll talk about you behind your back. They'll they'll make fun of you to the point where if they were to say it to your face, you would cut them off right then and there. But the thing is, that's why they do the inside jokes, because their true self is always coming out. That's why they do the subliminals. They can't hide who they truly are, just like you can't hide who you truly are. You walk on eggshells because you're better than them, And you always feel like you're better than them, but that's why you feel like you're better than them, because you can intuitively tell that you're better than them. You can feel that they're doing these wicked acts, and you don't do things like that. You're all good. They that's why they have to convince you and try to make you feel bad about yourself. That's why when you got in trouble in school, the teacher might have looked at you a little harder than she did to other students. She saw something in you that she didn't even have as a grown adult. All right, jealousy hit different when people are upset about who you are. People can be jealous of your car, they could be jealous of your home, your house, your wife, your spouse. But when it comes to the stuff that's inside that you can't get, you can't find, you can't buy, that's a whole different level of jealousy. That's when it becomes envy. That's when it turns into wickedness, because these people hate you and they're jealous of you on a spiritual level. Yeah, they hate you and they're jealous of you on a spiritual level, because spiritually they can't touch you. Nah, 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 can't touch this. They can't touch you on the spiritual level. You're so close to God. You got your connection. All right, the angels love you, animals love you, babies love you. Everybody love you. Even the people that hate you love you. And this is why I say to return love for hate, because when a man's ways please the Lord, even his enemies find ways to be at peace with him. So when you don't retaliate, you're basically just deaden the negativity. When you retaliate, you're telling the universe, I want some more of this. Bring on the pain. So you can't worry about who's caring. You can't worry about who's hurting. All right, these are things that are going to keep you trapped in guilt, keep you trapped in the spirit of guilt, keep you trapped feeling bad, feeling sad about situations and how somebody might feel behind your absence. The reason why you're being absent is because they're not fulfilling the duty and the role that they're supposed to be fulfilling. If you would go to class and the teacher wasn't there, or if you would go to class and the teacher never showed up, would you keep going to that? Would you keep taking courses or college courses at that class, or would you be absent? If you kept going to that class and the teacher wasn't teaching you the way in a way for you to be successful, or she wasn't teaching you in a way to pass that test, would you find another teacher and be absent, or would you keep going to that class and keep trying to learn about that course? No, you wouldn't. There wouldn't be anything there for you. It would be a waste of your time. It would be somebody who is pretending to act like they're knowing or act like they're doing something, but they're not. A mask. All right, the narcissists have masks. I'm going to make a video about that tomorrow. The narcissistic mask. These people wear masks and they portray to be someone and something that they're not. And when you figure that out, it hurts. Let's keep it a buck. It hurts. Oh man, so and so is not who I thought they were. That's one of the hardest things to have to deal with. Have to cancel people out that you thought you were going to be able to have plans with and have a normal life experience with, or have a normal family with. Some people don't ever want to get into another relationship again. They just want to stay friends with people and just keep as long as we keep it real with each other. This is what I'm willing to do. Some people been scarred and hurt, and they got to continue to work on themselves. And it's a process. You'll get through it. You'll continue to let go of the resentment. Things will pop up in your head. You'll feel a certain way, but that's the test for you. You can't hold on to that negativity. You got to let all of it go. And if any little fragments pop up, if any little piece pops up, these are the things that keep us trapped in that dimension. So you have to release all of it, and you have to release the people to God. You have to when people pop into your head and you get upset and angry. I'm making a video on this tomorrow too, but I just want to add this in for this video. When people pop into your head and they make you angry and upset, and you think that you let this go, you have to release them. They're still attached to you, and you're still attached to the situation and the anger. That's why I'm always talking about letting go of anger and releasing that. Just right now alone, I feel some pressure and some negative energy just floating up off of me. You got to release these people. You got to release the situation, and you got to say peace be unto the person. You got to wish these people the best. So that way you could receive the best from your life. Because when you want to move forward and grow, and you don't allow yourself to let go of people and how they hurt you and what they did, you stay stuck. You stay stuck. When you don't let go of people and you don't let go of what they did and how they hurt you, you stay stuck. I know it wasn't right. I know it wasn't good. I know it was bad, but you got to get over it. You got to get over it. People aren't who you thought they were. They aren't who they said they were. You've been portrayed by what they portrayed. And it could mess you up, man. It's like, wait a minute. It messes you up so bad because it's like you don't expect it, and you didn't think that these would be the people to switch on you. You didn't think that these would be the people to turn on you. You didn't never think in a million years that the people who turn their back on you would turn their back on you. And the fact that they did, that's something that you have to deal with. But you're built for it. If you don't think you can handle it, I want to let you know right now, you're built for it. You were built for the betrayal. They turn their back on you, but you're going to overcome that. They're playing you to your face like they're not doing you dirty, but you're going to overcome that. They're playing you to your face like they're not in full-blown competition with you, but you're going to overcome that. The devil in them doesn't appreciate the God in you, so they have to try to suppress you so that you won't rise up to your full potential, but that's impossible. They can't stop you unless you allow them to. And once you remove yourself from them, they can't stop you at all. It's up to you to block them out of your mind. It's up to you to stay on no contact. It's up to you to keep moving forward, keep raising the bar in your life. So that way you can get past all that stuff and eventually just move on and live a life without having to even think about that like it never existed. Not because you're ignoring it, but because you dealt with it and you're not allowing it to weigh you down. You don't deserve to be weighed down. You deserve to be set free, but you got to free your mind first. And you have to free your mind of all the foul treatment that people try to deliver to you. Jealousy is tough when it comes from areas that you don't expect it to. You don't expect people in your family to be jealous and then lie to you and act like they're not. You don't expect that, but it happens. You don't expect your girlfriend to be jealous of you and lie to you and act like she's not, but it happens. Now you got to break up with people. Now you got to be alone. Now you got to distance yourself from family. Now you got to be alone. Now you thought that man was the man for you. Now you got to break up with him. Now you got to be alone. Don't go jumping in a relationship just because you can and you have access to people. You have to heal. It's okay to have friends and associate and have people over and all that good stuff. But you want to be able to heal first, and you don't want to be bringing anybody else into your toxicity. You don't want to be moving like a toxic person, a hurt person out here hurting people. Oh, somebody hurt me, I'm gonna go hurt everybody. No, 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 no. Oh, somebody hurt me, nobody's up, nobody's good. Everybody's bad. No, 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 no. That's not the way to go. Everybody's not bad. Just because one person, just because two people, just because a group of people may have hurt you, the whole world's not a bad place. But it changes your perception, and you have the power to change it back. When you go through this type of experience, it'll make you think that the whole world is out to get you and everyone's your enemy. But that's not the case. You'll be getting into arguments with people. You'll be looking for the worst in people. All right, you'll be affected more harshly by negativity because you're super sensitive to it. You got some trauma that you still have to deal with and fix. So when I say put in the work, when I say work on yourself, this is really what I mean. These are the things that you really have to, this is, they call it shadow work. You really have to spend some time with yourself and improve on yourself so that way you can get over these things. And it's possible. It's possible to get over these things. It's possible to move past these things. So that way you can be normal. You could be like the people that you see out in society, living a normal life, functioning like an adult, having what they want, having their car, their home, their family. And there's no rush. There's no rush at all. A lot of people who rushed into things, they're unhappy. A lot of narcissistic people rush into things, don't get the result they want, and now they're mad at you because you're taking your time. Now they want to rub things in your face, even though they're unhappy and can't even afford the monthly bill on it. But they're fronting like they got it. They're unhappy when they're together, but when they're out in public, they fronting like everything's all good. Fronting like they functional, but when they in that house, they dysfunctional as the day is long. Putting on a front to get what they want, faking the funk. So don't worry about other people hurting. That's not your business if somebody's hurting or not. It's not. It's your business to focus on your life and move forward with life. So that way you could have the life you want. That's your business. Your business is now that you're away from these people, working on everything that they took your energy from you to do. All right. Every time they put you down and all that time off or your life where you didn't read, you didn't work, you didn't work out, you called off work. Now that you're away, you distance yourself from that negative energy, whatever it was stopping you from doing because you were drained. Take your life back, take your power back. Now go do some things that you have the energy to do. That's what no contact is about. It's about self-improvement. It's about healing. It's not about, oh, I'm trying to hurt you, so I'm not going to talk to you. You're too focused on them if that's your concern. If you're not talking to this person to hurt them, you're going on contact for the wrong reasons. Don't reciprocate negative energy to people when it's not beneficial to you. Yes, sometimes when people are giving you negative vibes, you got to stonewall them back. You got to silent treat them back. You're just that's just so you don't have to interact with those people. But that's not a go-to to solve problems. That's a temporary solution to a problem that you still have to go back and find a solution to. And that's why I'm giving you these solutions in this video. You're not going no contact to make people upset, to make, because it's like you want them to come back into your life. You go no contact because people are toxic and you're done with them. You do not want these people to come back into your life unless they show you that they changed by the grace and the glory of God alone. That's the only time you'll ever even consider having people back into your life, is it when they change. And since people are stuck in their ways, and they built their life on being who they are, and they're not trying to change for you, you have to separate to elevate, and you have to not change for them. You have to build your life off of the person that you want to be. So people will act hurt, but it's to reel you back in. People can act like actors on television. All right, people will act like actors on television just to reel you back in, just to manipulate you, just to pull on your heartstrings. They will act like an actor on TV. The Academy Award goes to. You think they were nominated for what do they call those, the ESPY Awards, or the what do they call those things, the whatever, when they give out those I don't know. Well, I don't even watch TV, so I couldn't even tell you. But when they give out the little gold man or whatever, those awards, all right, the Hollywood Awards, whatever it's called. For the sake of this video, not waste time on that. Stay on topic. I'm gonna call it the Hollywood Awards. Somebody put the real name of it in the comments. But they'll act like they're Tom Hanks. They'll act like they're Brad Pitt. They'll act like Denzel. All right. They'll act like Samuel. All right. So they'll act like some of the best actors you could have ever seen, just to pull on your heartstrings because they know you care. And you've seen them do it. You like, how come this person doesn't care, but they're trying to get me to care? Like little things like that were little things that you noticed that were red flags, but you didn't know any better. If you had a textbook on this stuff at that particular time, you'd have been like, section 3, chapter 2, 1, I'm out of here. Yeah, you just did one of the 100 deadly sins of narcissism. I'm gone. So you're not distancing yourself to be petty. You're not staying away from people to get back at them. You're not doing this to be the who could be the worser person. This is for you to heal. And you have to heal, because if not, you're going to be moving in the world like another hurt person. You're going to be just like the person who hurt you. And somebody's going to have to deal with the hurt version of you, the worst version of you, instead of the best version of you, the blessed version of you. You want to be the blessed version of you. You want to be a blessing to yourself and others. When you're the best version of you, you're the blessed version of you. Because when you're the best version of you, you're a blessing to others. And that means by default, if other people you're able to be a blessing to, you're a blessing to yourself. Because you can't be a blessing to other people without being a blessing to yourself first. That's how that works. Recognizing you're blessed, recognizing your gifts, your talents, using them, coming up off them, helping yourself, making yourself someone that could help yourself. And that means you can help other people. No contact is about self-development and finding out who you are as a person and what you want to do and what you're supposed to be doing. It's like being set free. It's like being set free from a bad situation and now you're into a better one. It's what you've always been waiting for. So now don't just sit around and do nothing with it. Don't just sit around and just go no contact. That's not enough. You have to do something with the time that you're going no contact with, and not just go out and find and meet other people. All right. As um fun as that may be, you got to take some time to heal first. I'm not saying don't go out and meet other people, but slow walk it. Slow walk it. Take your time. Don't rush into things. You may want to. You may catch yourself rushing into some things, but slow down. Slow down. Take your time. All right. There's no rush at all. There's no rush at all. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything that's happening to you is happening for you. Everything that's happening to you is happening for your greatest good, for your greater good. And good things are supposed to happen to you. Get that in your head. Good things are supposed to happen to me. Amazing things are supposed to happen to me. I deserve the best. You deserve the best. You got to believe that. And don't let people try to communicate to you that you don't. You deserve the best everything. Even the you deserve the best out of yourself and everybody else. And you can't expect people who aren't on the same level as you to care like you do, or to care for you like you care for them. Some people just don't care. All right. People, you realize that they don't care about anything. Sometimes it may not even be personal. Some people just are in a state where they just don't care about nothing. And that's why it's not a personal thing. If somebody doesn't care about you like you would want them to, if you look at themselves, they may not even care about themselves. And if they do care about themselves, oh well. If they don't care about you, oh well. Keep it moving. Don't allow yourself to be hurt because somebody doesn't care about you. That means if that person doesn't care about you, that means they don't deserve you. And that means you're going to find the people who do. You got to care about you. So that way, other people who don't care about you, it won't even matter. If you're too focused on somebody not caring about you, that means you don't care about yourself enough. So you could eliminate the fear, the worry of other people. Oh, they don't care about me. Care about yourself. If you feel that people don't care about you, it's because you're not putting that energy and effort into you. You have to care about you. And that's why you have to be a narcissist sometimes when it comes to defending yourself against narcissistic people. They're not going to care about you. You don't care about them. It's simple. You're not doing anything wrong. And there's no guilt in not caring about people who really don't care about you, because you're not fake. That's why you feel guilty. You won't play the games. You won't act like you care about someone just for the sake or the look or the image. You physically can't do that. That's why you were so drained. And that's why you physically cannot be fake. It's not in you. That fakeness ain't in you. You can't be fake. All right. There's times where people aren't real. There's times where people don't keep it a buck all the time, 100%, you know. All right. Sometimes you just got to keep it moving. You don't have time to just be all up in everybody's face. So sometimes you just got to be short. Like, yeah, I got to go. I don't got time. But it doesn't mean you're not being real. You're probably just putting yourself first. And you probably just don't have time to sit there and explain that to everybody. But that's just you have to realize that where you're being too good or your empathy is a detriment to you. You don't have time to explain to every single person why you don't have time to talk to them. You just got to just move through it and be like, yo, I ain't got time to talk to you, and not care about it. All right. Sometimes we care too much, and there's a lot of things that we have to not care about. So go throughout your day asking yourself, is there a Holy Spirit? Is there anything that I'm overthinking? Is there anything that I'm caring about too much? If so, show it to me and help me not put too much energy into it. All right. That, like, you're talking to your subconscious mind when you do that, and it will lead you and guide you. That's all you got to do. All right. When you're talking to your God, when you're talking to God, you're talking to your mind anyway. Keep it real with yourself. When you're talking to God, you're talking to your mind. There's nobody in the sky. When you're talking to God, you're talking to your mind. All right. That's how you access him. That's how he accesses you. Keep it real. All right. So don't focus so much on who you're hurting. Focus on the hurt that you're experiencing and developing yourself and accepting the fact that people aren't who you thought they were. So that way you could eliminate the future idea of being hurt. When you accept that people aren't who you thought they were, you're able to let it go. You're able to accept them for who they are, and you're able to love them from who they are. You don't have to hate these people because they betrayed you. You don't got to be upset because they betrayed you. You don't have to get them back because they betrayed you. If you want to get them back with a no. Get them back with with silence. Get them back with a not retaliation, but with your distance. All right, get them back with success. All right, and if they're using you, tell them no. If they're using you, don't do what they expected you to do. You don't let people use you. All right, it's different. It's a difference in helping someone and letting someone misuse you. Everybody gets used, but you don't let people misuse you. You're helping someone they're using you, but they're not misusing you. You're allowing yourself to be used because you're volunteering your help. Just don't misuse people. All right, life's about using people. You just don't misuse them. And once people misuse you, your time, your character, your image of yourself, you gotta go. And it's like they want you to think that you're some narcissist. It's like, oh, you're my image. It's like, oh, you got a big ego. You can't take a little joke, or you can't take this, or y'all ain't joking though. They're not joking. Their whole plan was to tear you down and make you hate yourself, because that's how they feel. And if somebody's going to hate themselves, you aren't going to be a part of that. You're not going to be a part of any pity parties or any negative nuances. You're done with that mess. Other people have to change, and you have to separate yourself to give them time to do that. And if they never change, so be it. If they're stuck in their ways and that's who they want to be, so be it. You can't not live your life because of that. You can't stay stuck in a negative mindset because of that. You can't stay stuck living in guilt because of that. You don't have to be guilty because other people want you to be guilty. You don't have to hate your life just because that's what other people want for you. Too bad. That's what they created for themselves. They don't care about how you feel. And I'm not saying you should not care about how they feel because of that, but you just have to. You have to. You can't care about people that don't care about you. You'll drive yourself crazy. You'll let them drive you crazy. They'll drive you up a wall. You don't need that. You need peace. You need a sound mind, things that God gave to you freely. These are things that don't cost anything. Well, peace may cost you something, but once you find it, it's free. it costs you to keep digging deep within yourself and your the deep regions of your mind and finding it. That's all. And it's definitely worth digging deep within your mind and finding it. The peace is definitely worth it. The peace that you get from no contact is definitely worth it. And that's why you shouldn't worry about other people hurting, because you're selling yourself short and you're missing out on the true experience of why you're doing it. If you're going no contact to hurt someone, you're probably still insecure. You probably still have some immature thoughts or immature sides of yourself, and that's fine. That's okay. Nobody's perfect, and it's just you dealing with something that you have to change and be an adult about. You have to be mature about. And I'm not saying you're immature like in a bad way. I'm just saying that this is something that you have to deal with in a different way, so that way you could become your greatest version, because you could stay stuck in mirroring and mimicking this person's behavior like a tit for tat kind of thing. You hurt me, I hurt you. You hurt me, I hurt you. That's immature. That's not an adult. That's not you. You wouldn't be watching this video if that was you. So what you have to do is you just have to continue to be the person that you know that you are. All right, you know who you are. Be the person that you know who you are. Don't give in to negative behavior, right? Don't care about people not caring about you. Don't be hurt over people who don't care about you. And that's how you let go of the guilt. That's how you don't stay guilty. When you're like, guilt can make you sick. Guilt can cause cancer. Guilt can makes people take their life because they're so miserable and they can't escape it. And it's like they're hurting inside, but they don't know that they don't have to feel that way. They don't know that they could literally just let go of the guilt and tell it to leave. Like, guilt, leave now. Like, the guilt is an entity and it feeds on you and it eats on you. And that's why people are trying to manipulate you. That's why they're trying to manipulate how you feel, because they know that you care. And when they try to manipulate you because they know you care, they know that you're going to be feeling guilty. And they're the ones that create these feelings for you. And it's like they don't want you around unless you're feeling this way, because this is the version of you that they're used to. This is the version of you that they're comfortable around, that they want to keep around. They want to keep you on this low level frequency to where you're not vibrant, you're not joyful, because that is the you that they feel most comfortable around. That's the you that they're happy to see. That's the you that they're always smiling in your face. It's like, yo, why are people always smiling in my face when I don't feel my best? That's why. They're feeding off of the fact that they could tell how you're reacting to how they're treating you. And it's all for their supply, because they feed off that, and they feed off your energy. They're energy vampires in every sense of the word. They got to steal your joy. They got to steal your happiness. They got to crush your spirit. It makes them who they are. It makes them feel better about themselves. They win when they make somebody else lose. That's their whole game. That's their whole mentality. You have to lose in order for them to win. Somebody has to lose in order for them to win. Everything's a competition. It's all a game, even down to just living life. You ain't gonna have the better life than me, and if you do, I'm gonna see to it that you don't. All right, so it's a dirty game. It's a dirty way, but you just got to ride it. You just got to ride it, and you'll ride it to success as long as you don't let it break you. All right, these people didn't make you, so they can't break you. The Creator made you. The Creator made you to withstand all of this. You're stronger than all this, all the attack. You're brave. You're strong enough. You're built for the no contact. You don't need nobody. You're strong enough to be by yourself as long as you want, as long as you see fit, as long as you need to be. You don't need anyone. You're all you need. God is all you need. Jesus is all you need. They'll get you through everything, especially no contact. When you're going no contact, you're supposed to be getting closer to God, getting closer to your higher self, figuring out what you want out of your life. Because it's some reason why they were trying to put you down. It's because you're above them. It's something about you that sets you apart from them and that puts you above them. You have to figure out what that is. because the longer you stay around them, you're never going to find out what your gift is, because you're going to be too discouraged, and your self-esteem is going to be too low for you to figure it out or even want to try, because they're going to beat you up to the point where your idea about yourself is destroyed. They will have you thinking about yourself whatever picture they want to paint for you. They'll have you believing in what they say versus what you think about yourself. And that's how you know things are dangerous. When that's how you know people are controlling your mind, and you haven't taken control of your mind, and you haven't taken the time to develop your mind. And that's something that you have to do to kick them out and to keep your positive thoughts in. All right, so I don't need to make this video any longer than it needs to be. All right, everybody, hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, it's been another DrewTube special. All right, everybody, don't feel guilty. Don't worry. All right, no contact is for you. It's for you to heal. It's for you to grow. It's for you to better yourself, not to feel guilty, not to care about how other people are feeling towards you, because I guarantee you, they don't even care that you went no contact. It's not even bothering them like you think. It's just they're upset that their supply is not there. So, long story short, that's why I refer to them as children, because they will waste your time and play with your life like it's a toy, and you can't let people do that. Shouldn't let people do that. They're gonna try. They're gonna want to, but you have to stop it. You have to stand up. You have to not allow that to happen in your life. All right. So I'll see each and every one of you amazing people in the next video. All right. Stay strong. Stay vibrant. Peace, love, and light. We out.